Chad number. We missed your streams, man.
It is good to be back. Oh, my lights aren't on. That's a way to start. There we go. Now it's less dark. What's up, guys? It has been so long. It's so good to be back. Wow, I have a lot to catch you guys up on. Whew. Obviously, I had to start with this music because, of course, I have to. Yeah, so fun fact about this shirt. You're asking about the shirt. So, the way I got this shirt was I went to PAX West. So I should probably update you guys on what's going on these days with me. Because stuff has changed. First off, before anything happens, I need to address... Thank you so much, Samox, for watching Elevated to the documentary. And thank you so much for giving your thoughts on it as you were watching it. I really enjoyed hearing your takes and just your impressions, because obviously you watched it one time before, but I wasn't able to really experience that at all. So I just... Man, I really enjoyed your viewing, and I thank you for your raid. And for you guys that don't know, Documentary Kid in chat, he is Samox, and for those of you that are familiar with the Smash Brothers documentary or metagame, those are two very notable documentaries, probably the most notable documentaries Smash has ever had, and I think you owe it to yourself to check out his work. So you guys should Google the Smash Brothers, you should look up Samox's work, support him on Patreon, all that good stuff. And he actually is having a Smash History Weekend, which is going to feature his original Smash Brothers documentary tomorrow, and then there's going to be another one that features Metagame, which is his follow-up, which will be the next day. So, absolutely give him a follow and check out his stream this weekend. And as you notice, I've actually done some revising on my overlays, so now we have a nice little tidy little chat down here, but check this out. I can switch anytime I want, so depending on the scene, depending on the situation, I can actually just flip a switch and move the chats. So that's a new addition that I'm very excited about. And I want to go through the list of... There is quite a list here. I know Donnie's not here, but thank you, Kimball Donald, for the 35-month resub. Poggy B, Trash Boy, who I recognize your name, and Bear for the follows, as well as Super Smash Bros. Melee Edgar, P10G, hopefully I'm saying your name correctly, and Alec Dutch, who is relevant to the story I will be telling. We also have, thank you again, obviously, for the raid, Samox, and you've followed me in the past, so thank you. And thank you, Esther, S.E. Lessie, for the 20-month resub. That is a Chad number indeed. We also have Spireg, hopefully I'm saying your name correctly, and Dingo, thanks for the resub. 13 months, I appreciate that. Andrew, thank you for the gifted sub to King Charles.
Andrew 37 gifted a tier 1 sub to K1 Charles 25.
I really appreciate that.
They have given 23 gift subs in the
That's
channel.
so many gifted subs, Andrew. Thank you so much. Charles, enjoy your sub, man. I have just a lot of chat to catch up on, so I'm going to scroll up here and do my best to make my way through as rapid fire as possible. Also, one more thing I want to point out. There's a really cool player that I just got. It's a BRS cam player that a very own Super Cool made. Thank you so much, Ethan. I really appreciate that sub. Welcome to the Kim Ballers, as we call ourselves. Very, very cringe name, but we own it here. Let's go back and play. You know, while we're talking about it, actually, this is the way that I'll open it. I know some of you have seen the Smash documentary, the Elevated documentary already, so I want to open the floor up for, you know, anything, any questions that you guys have. Swaggy Pickens, thank you so much for the resub at 3 months. Really appreciate that. So if you guys have any questions about making the documentary or about your impressions or comments or whatever, I'm totally open to discussing them with you. So, yeah. Sorry, are you trying to keep that a secret? I'm sorry. I did not mean to dox you. That would be a terrible thing. Desmond, welcome. Thank you. I appreciate that very much. Hey, good to see you, Christy. I'm so glad you were able to make it. I know you're at work, I believe, earlier, so thank you for making time to visit. And that's Grant. Welcome, Grant. Don't love the player, love the game. You're touched. Okay. Some people will get legitimately upset because I actually prefer calling people by their real names. So, have you made any documentaries prior to Elevated? Good question, Lynch. No, I had never made a documentary before. So, anyone from Nintendo reach out to you about Elevated post-release? I am not going to answer that question. Star Wars LC. Hello. good to have you. We have our loose cannon protagonist himself. Good to have you here again, my friend. I'm assuming Chris, you're the one running the account right now. Feels like 2020 again? Well, it's the music, Esther. Dingo, thanks for the 100 bits. I really appreciate that. Seriously, man. You're awesome. Hey, Josh, welcome back. Oh, really? It crashed your PC? Man, the one-time desktop's worse than mobile, I guess. Toady, thank you so much for the resub at 13.
As a David the Fifth fan, this is the David the Fifth content that I'm subscribing
Yes,
for.
David the Fifth, of course. Thank you, Swaggy. I appreciate that. This is obviously, the facial hair is new, so thank you for the bits, Esther.
David of Hearts.
David of Hearts. You might notice some new emotes at your disposal. And in fact, yeah, if you want to scroll down, I've got some information in the panels. I want to call it a few more things. What? It sounds like David farts? Excuse me? Okay, so I guess people like the facial hair. That's good to know. I forgot what I was saying. You guys are... Thank you, Esther.
David of Hearts.
Oh, it sounds like David Faharts. Aha. Your mind's in the right place there. I appreciate that. Yeah. So I want to any questions you guys have about the documentary while you're thinking of them, think of your burning questions, and I will address what is new in my life.
21.
Thank you for the bits, Grant. I don't know what the meaning of your message was, and I'm not going to try to interpret it. So that's where I stand on that. Yeah, KJ, yeah, I know it's you. I recognize your name. Yeah, hey, you know what? No worries. We'll make it work. But speaking of PAX, earlier, Lunch asked how I got this shirt. And so it's actually a fun story because Esther and I, Essie, Lessie, and chat went to PAX this year. And it was unlike any other PAX we've been to. It was very desolate in terms of how many people are normally there, right? And so we went, and we still had a lot of fun, and, you know, Esther went in her cosplay, so that was fun, but the floor was probably half the size, or a quarter of the size that it is normally, but I ran into one booth that intrigued me, and it was the Smack Studio booth, and I didn't know what Smack Studio was, but it seemed like it was a platform fighting game, similar to Smash Brothers, and so Esther, I basically head over there, and Esther was like, oh, cool, let's play this. So we played together. It was really fun. I was surprised about how fast and how tight the game was. I really enjoyed playing it. I was like, all right, well, that's nice. I'm going to go somewhere else now. I mean, the dev team seemed nice. I was like, all right, let's see what else is around. And we went around. We did our rounds and went to the other booths and things. But I just kept coming back to the Smack Studio booth, so I keep wanting to play more of it. And the next day, because we went 2 days, we went back to the Smack Studio booth again because I just kept on wanting to play the game. Oh, good night, Andrew. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm so sorry you have a fever. I hope that it gets better real soon. Yeah, no, seriously, thank you for being part of this. It was really good to have you. So, and at some point, so the thing that I ended up learning about the game was not only to have a fun fighting game component, right? But it's got an element of character creation, right? So there's a character creation component. So I was encouraged to try that out. So while I tried that out, behind the scenes, Esther actually talked with the developers and said, hey, is there a way like I can get David a shirt? Because I feel like he really likes this game. You guys have like a merch store? And they said, well, no, but we can get you a shirt. Oh, Andrew, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Josh.
Andrew37 gifted a tier 1 sub to Josh Phillips.
Holy cow.
24 gift subs in the channel.
Thank you so much. That's really nice. Donnie, thanks for the bits.
Former Secretary of Housing and Urban Development is speaking. Time to override his comms and out the David stream on instead.
Thank you for the 100 bits and contemplating doing something devious that might jeopardize your job for my sake. I appreciate that, Donnie. And thank you, Motivate Doku. Am I saying that correctly? Thank you for the follow. And the Morgster, who I didn't thank earlier for the follow. Thank you. Appreciate that. Josh, enjoy your sub. Thanks to our dear friend Andrew's generosity. Sleep well, man. I hope your fever gets better. Anyway, So behind the scenes, Esther devised something where he actually... Oh my gosh! Ethan, thank you for gifting a sub to Lunch Billion. I really appreciate that.
Fetton_can gifted a tier 1
Oh
sub
my
to
word.
Lunch Billion AAO.
We are at level 2 hype train. Holy cow. Swaggy Pickens, thank you so much for the sub. Wow. Welcome to the Kim Ballers. I really appreciate that. And Ethan, thanks for the gift. We just completed level 2 of the hype train. That is freaking awesome. Oh man, it's an honor, Lunch. I thought I could gift it to my wife, but I'll take it. Nice. Nice. You want the shirt? Yeah, right? Okay, so back to the story about the shirt. So, literally, Esther ran with one of the staff of Smack Studio to their hotel room to grab an extra shirt. And then it was all Esther's idea. There was a final event, and so the head developer of Smack Studio's name is Alec. It's like, hey, if you beat me, you'll get a prize or whatever, or something like that.
Pickens gifted a
Oh
tier
my
1
gosh.
sub to-
Thank you so much for gifting a sub, Swaggy, to whoever that egg character is. Thank you, I really appreciate that. That is really generous. So, I thought, okay, and what was weird about it, and of course I didn't know that was happening behind the scenes, and I said that sounds awesome. I mean, I've been playing this game all weekend. I'd love to play the developer behind it. So, we started playing, and we played some very intense matches, but one thing I noticed is the hall had closed, so the entire PAX hall had closed, and people were being escorted out, but the security were like, oh, they're fine to keep playing, and I was like, oh, okay. And so I ended up beating Alec just barely. It was very, very close. Swaggy, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Project Hedgehog. Oh my gosh.
Swaggy Pickens gifted a tier 1 sub to Project_Hedgehog
Wow.
99.
Thank you, Hedgehog. Enjoy your gifted sub from Swaggy Pickens. That's really generous. I appreciate that. And so, anyway, so I ended up beating him. Yeah. Well, he wasn't my boss yet, Potato. But that's foreshadowing, right? So, and Esther presents me with this shirt, which I thought was great, right? And it wasn't something that the team sought out to do, right? They didn't have a bunch of shirts they were giving away. It was Esther's idea, and the team was like, hey, let's make it work. That sounds awesome. It sounds great. So, the team that was there at PAX and Esther came together and made my experience really great. And then at some point during the conversation, Alec had given me his business card the day before, just because I mentioned that I worked in the Project M scene before, and I had done stuff with Smash and the Smash community. So, and I had some feedback for the game. That was the initial reason we connected. And then Esther learned that they needed a marketing person. So, we kept talking, and it seemed like a good fit. And Alec offered me the role, and I said, you know what? I don't have a job right now. And it's very coincidental, because if I had talked to you a weekend previously to this, I would have had a job, and I wouldn't have thought to even bring this up. But they needed a marketing person, so I said, all right, Third Pixel's my new employer. Let's do this.
There we go. Just had to use bits instead. So excited for streams to be back. I've missed them.
Josh, thank you so much for saying that. I appreciate that, the 100 bits and the sentiment. I'm really excited to be back too, and I hope we can have good times going forward, man. I really appreciate that. Don't get my hopes up. Wait, what did Esther say? It was so spooky and all the lights were flickering. Oh, it was. Oh, you're envisioning the creepypasta part of the story? It wasn't that creepy. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Chris. Best says David is awesome. Yeah, and I have to say, even if Alec wasn't in the chat right now, I would be saying good things about him, because we have a really good working relationship. It just kind of started off right away. I felt like he really respected all the decisions I wanted to make when it came to the positioning of the marketing stuff, and even more now playing the game and having thoughts about the game. And I think in a little bit I'll actually show you guys a bit of the game, and I'll probably ping everyone in the Smack Studio, not everyone, some people in the Smack Studio Discord, and I'll let them know that this is happening, because we have an early version of the next release of Smack Studio that I'll be showing you guys. I want to show you guys the gameplay, and I want to show you guys the editor, because the editor is really, really cool. And again, the first thing that got me about this game was how it played, how it felt. I'm like, wow, this feels really tight and responsive, and it's addicting to play. And I kind of thought, oh, the character editor is a nice feature or whatever, but I mean, I like how it plays. And then I learned more about the character editor, and I was like, okay, this is actually huge. Because the way that it works, right, is, so press 1 in chat if you've ever animated a character in any capacity, whether it was in a video, it was you're an artist and you do pixel art, or you're a 3D modeler. I'm talking any kind of character animation, okay? Okay. So thank you, Ethan, for being honest with that 0. Okay, so Grant is saying character editor by far is the biggest sell. Okay, and this is why, right? So let's say you have, let's use a broad brush in this context. Let's say there's kind of 2 ways of animating characters. You've got, you know, frame by frame pixel animations, and then you have 3D model interpolation, like animation by interpolation. And but basically what interpolation was, I'll use an example. So if I'm just gonna get screenshotted and memed on, but whatever. I'm in a T-pose right now, okay? So let's say I want to move from here to having my arms down. What I can do, if I have a 3D model, is I can say, okay, here's the skeleton, and this is how it is posed in time at this moment. I knew, Grant, you get a kick out of this, okay? Frame 0, and then 10 frames into the future, I want my arms to be down. So I don't actually have to do the work of moving every frame. I just say 10 frames in the future, my arms should be down. At frame 0, my arms should be like this. And if I just plug in those 2 values, it'll do the whole motion automatically, right? So that's the beauty of 3D models. But the problem of using 3D models is that creating 3D models is a big pain, because you have to create a skeleton, you have to do a rig, and you have to take that 3D mesh, and then you have to apply textures onto it. So you have to have texture maps, and it's very complicated. You have to have good lighting. So while animating is actually easier with 3D models, the actual 3D model manipulation can be tougher, and actually getting a 3D model working. So then, that's one side, right? Then you have another side that's the pixel art. And pixel art's pretty accessible compared to 3D models, right? If you can put some dots on a screen, you can make pixel art. Obviously, there's a lot more that goes into it than that, but, you know, generally speaking, it's a lot more accessible. So, but the pain, right, is unlike interpolation, where you can say 10 frames later, I want this pixel art who's currently in a T-pose to have their arms down. You can't do that, right? You have to do 1 pixel down in first frame, 1 pixel down in the second frame, 1 pixel down. It's very tedious. And there's some gorgeous pixel art out there, but it just takes so long to animate pixel art. And of course, let's say you make a little change, right? Like you want to change the character's head, or you want to change the character's arm, or whatever. If you do that in pixel art, you have to update every single frame. It's a huge pain. So, what I'm telling you is that this tool, the reason why it's so enticing, right, is it kind of combines the best of both worlds. So it uses pixel art, but you can animate it like it's a 3D model, which is just absolutely mind-blowing. All right, sounds good, Lunch. I'll see you when I get back. How much do you want to make me an overlay? I'm open to it. We should have a conversation. Haven't done character animation, but I've done stuff in Unity before. Even model. Yeah, so exactly. So it's tedious either way you spin it in a typical sense, right? You have either the modeling is tedious on the 3D animation end, or the pixel art illustration animating is tough on the 2D end. So, thank you very much, Charles, for getting that clip. I will look forward to watching it many times. When Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl launched, I was the first person to see it out at 9 p.m. Pacific time. I launched it, and alt tab. My Steam page showed Donald Kimball played All-Star for the first time, right next to Grant playing. I know, that was so funny, Donnie. I noticed that too. The minute the game came out, like literally the minute it came out, I saw Grant now owns it, and I was just cracking up. I'm like, dude, Grant was on this purchase. That reminds me, actually, the goal, the sub-goal, if we reach it, is to actually play Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl on stream. So that's the current sub-goal. So all that to be said, I think we should transition on over to our game. And I'll probably start pinging folks in chat here. Thank you, N64 Love. Great track. It's memorable as heck. And we will transition to our 16:9 screen here. Okay. Now, let's see how this volume's doing here. I think we're doing okay here. And I will ping the people in our Discord, our insiders. By the way, if you want to be part of the Discord server, I don't have a link for you to post, so I'm gonna manually type it in because I was not prepared. Snacktudo.com/Discord. There you go. Fluffy Kids with a 25 months?
David, is that a beard?
You know what? I looked it up one time, and this sort of looks like one. At least I've seen yours, and it's like it's probably like 1% of what yours looks like. So I think it's pretty close to 1 from what I can understand. And someday maybe I'll actually grow facial hair. That will be an awesome accomplishment. All right, so we have our. Wait a second. How did I do this last time? Sorry, it's been a while since I've streamed. So even if you prepare a ton, you're still like a little discombobulated.
for a bit.
All right, Dingo. Thank you for the 31 bits and saying your BRBing. Appreciate that. Also, Ethan with the heads up with the ping. I'm sure that's appreciated. So insiders get that ping. I'm going to have a little wave emoji to entice people to click it. And I'll also post in Live Creators, which is an exclusive chat only for our most featured creators in the community. Thank you. I really appreciate that, Fluffykins. 25 months is a freaking long time. So thank you for the resub and your continued resub. Even while I've not been streaming. And that goes for everybody that's been subscribed still while I've been gone. It really means a lot, seriously, because I didn't know when I would come back, and I didn't make it clear at all when, I didn't set any expectations. You guys kept subscribing, so thank you so much for doing that. I knew you were coming back the second you updated the rules and stream info, but I didn't know it'd be this excited to finally see it. Potato, our resident detective, making things happen. Love that. One more thing, Nintendo Switch Online packaging costs $50. I know, Hedgehog. It's kind of a lot, I feel like. Although, if you're able to share in a family plan, it's not so bad. It's bedtime on the East Coast. Love you, man. Have a great stream. Dude, have a good sleep, Ethan. I really appreciate that you made the time to say hi. So, yeah, seriously, I appreciate that. Oh, thank you, Esther, for trying to add it. I don't remember how you add them in commands on stream, but on Stream Elements. Hopefully we'll figure that out. All right, that has been posted in the Discord, so I can minimize that. And without further ado, let's get right into the game, shall we? Is that Matthew? Thank you so much, dude.
Thought you might want some tips and suggestions for streaming, seeing how it's your first time. My first, though, would be to make sure you 360 whenever you can.
Okay, so I have to 360 whenever I can. That's really good advice, Matt. I'm not going to embarrass myself and say, all right, Matt, what's your advice? What's your advice? I will never do that again because you say things like that, and it's solid gold advice. Thank you so much for the 34 months at tier 2. That's like almost 3 years. That is insane. Oh my gosh. And I know Donnie resubbed several days ago, and he's at 35 months. So, yeah. I know that name. So now you get to hear me try to pronounce it. Is it Athormand? Athormand? Thank you so much for the follow. You're at work, Blazing. Thanks for the 9-month resub. I really appreciate that.
Chloe.
All right, so you guys are absolutely overwhelming me. Yeah, me too, Matt. Yeah, I was like, okay, 34 months is a lot. I got your name right. Okay, well, I said it 2 ways. So is it Athormand? I'm going to say it's Athormand. And if it's wrong, please let me know. PlayStation 360 is pretty tough to get an RSP on. Yeah, those things are sewn out like hotcakes. The rounded corners are spicy. I'm glad you think so. Here's another fun thing, too, is I can very easily move my my camera wherever I want. It kind of locks in place in the corners, so that's pretty handy. Playdash, thank you so much for the follow. Don't get dizzy? I know. Ooh, man, that's a lot of motion sickness. I'm surprised I survived that. All right, so this is the game. One note, Alec, if you're watching, I think it would be helpful to have the game continue to play music and sound, even if I click out of the window like this, because as a streamer, I'm constantly clicking outside of the window, so just something to note down. By the way, we're totally not using this as game testing time, and we're totally not working behind the scenes to fix the game as I'm streaming. That is not happening. We are a competent team that has everything under control, just years ahead of when, things should be under. So just rest assured. That reminds me, if at any point you are interested in helping us out, we are a tiny... Oh, the cat monster. I will address the cat monster in a second. But the first thing I want to say is, we are extremely tiny game studio, so Esther has used the tip command. So if you want to support game development, specifically for this game, that is what $500 worth of tips daily is going to. So if, you don't have to, obviously, and also you should know this does not go towards the purchase of the game, but if you just want to help us out, that is an option. So, and the way that will work is that will actually go into the pool of our team, and it will basically save our team money, and it will help us out. So, when's the David V. Kimball Fighter Pack coming out? Potato, the good news is, because this has a built-in character editor, if you so wish, you can make the David V. Kimball Fighter Pack a reality. I got to get back to my moving house. Hypernook, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out here. I really appreciate that. Good luck with your moving house, and I'll catch you on the next one. Okay, now finally I can get into playing this game for you guys. Alright, so the base characters are on the top. You'll notice it says standard here, and we have 4 characters. And for those of you that are currently playing Smack Studio, you might say, that's strange, I don't have Spry on my character selection screen. And, well, that is true. But Spry is coming very soon. We also have 3 custom characters. The one on the left here is a character named Dagon, or Dagon, depending on if you're from New Zealand or not. Just kidding. It has no bearing on that, but I wanted to pick on the creator. I don't know if Lunch is back yet, by the way. But the guy in chat, Lunchabillion, who was here earlier, actually created this character, and we will be showcasing him because this character is really, really cool. And then this freak of nature here, I'm sorry, I did not mean to say that. This community-made character, who is very special, is actually an amalgamation of a community event in our Discord server. And basically the idea behind Exquisite Corpse, if you're familiar with the concept, is someone there's a piece of paper and there's 5 people, and they all draw a different part of the character, right? So we applied that concept to this game. So for example, Essie made the head of that adorable cat, and then other people came in and made the body or the arm or the leg. Connor, I'm glad you believe it's beautiful. It's a Dogan, like the character from Psychonauts. Ooh, that's a good reference. You knew it, Grant? Oh, Lunch, we were just talking about Dagon, or Dagon, depending on if you're from New Zealand or not. That's how you pronounce it. And I was raving about how cool the character was, and we will demo him later. Yes, Spry is here in this build. Yeah, you get to see it, Matt. Yeah, and so here's another fun fact. So actually, Admiral Eggroll was a friend of, was a friend until that fateful day. I did not mean to say it like that. Matt was actually with Esther and I at PAX, and so he actually got to play this game too, which is awesome. You know what, Alec, I'm going to ask for your permission. I actually have a little trailer that I could play before I start playing. It's not been released yet, but I figure, hey, we could give him a sneak peek. What do you think, man? And of course, now I'm putting you in a position where if you just say no, it'd be very awkward. But I thought I'd ask you anyways. Yeah, Lunch, as long as... Well, it looks like Alec gave us the green light, so before we continue on, I'll play a little trailer for you guys. Now, you have to promise me, though, when it comes out on Twitter and YouTube, you have to act surprised, okay? That's the one condition for playing this video early, all right? So with that, I hope you enjoy. And I will never return back. We're in a void of emptiness, and this is all that remains in life now. The trailer is over, and it's just you, me, and the birds. Okay, so fun fact. That should have gone right back to this screen, but what happened was a plugin updated on Stream Deck, and is now broken, so I have to fix that. So hopefully I'll remember. Yeah, exactly, Grant. That's just the dark mode editor. That wasn't a mistake on my part. You want those characters? Motivate Doku. Alec and I are going to figure that out, but it would be really fun to release the characters made at PAX. We want to do some things like make sure it was okay with the original creators, so we don't know how possible that will be, just because, we didn't necessarily get all their contact information, but some of them have reached out to us on Twitter, so we will see about that. We will see about that. Motivate Doku. PAX Creations character pack when? When do I get Big Frog that dies instantly? Yes, the Mech Frog. Who could forget the legendary Mech Frog? And Esther's also correct. There were frames of that video that actually featured Esther and I. So I'm eating one of the cinnamon roll. Oh, so that trailer was even sweeter. How's that possible? I have to say, man, I had that cinnamon roll today, Esther. It responded very well to the microwave treatment that it received. That's what I'll say right now. Right, Alec? Yeah, the Mech Frog is unstoppable. And by that I mean even to the player that's playing them. What about totally not copyright infringing Sonic? Right, not Sonic was my favorite character. Like the character designs? Okay, yeah. And then that brings me to the last custom character in this list. We have Rin, right? We have this ninja character. It's actually my first attempt at pixel art ever. So I will be showing off him in a little bit, too. Hey, Carl. Dude, thank you so much for saying hi. We got the David V. Kappa from FFZ. Love to see it. How are you doing, Carl? It is so good to see your username in that sweet, sweet blue next to that sweet, sweet mod green and that sweet, sweet platinum badge. You know, it's almost as sweet as sweet tea, I'd say. Thank you for the lurk potato. I appreciate that. And I mean, we got all the cool kids here. And thank you guys so much for being here on my stream back. I didn't know, obviously Samox's stream was running a little later than I thought it would be. So I thought, man, it's pretty late. I don't know if anyone's going to show up, but you guys all are. So thank you so much. Okay, so that's the overview. I'm going to start playing the character that was my favorite character to play at PAX. Now, this is Korra. She's a mech fighter, and she has jets, and she has little sharp arm blades and missiles and a bunch of cool stuff. So I will show that off now. Maybe I should... Oh, actually, one more thing to note before I get started. So this game is obviously an alpha, so this is not a finished game. That should be very clear. In fact, I'm expecting not one, not two, but several crashes, okay? So I need you guys to do one thing for me. Whenever Fatal Error comes out, I need you to post Jebaited. Okay, that's the thing. Look for the Fatal Error message when it pops up, and I want you to post your Jebaiteds. Very, very important. Friday, you know what? This Friday is a little fancier. I can detect it in the air. Are you going to attempt character creation on stream? I am. I will get to that. Yes. Crashes do bring us together, Lunch. Thank you for understanding. Lunch Billion, again, in chat, is the creator of Dagon, or Dagon, depending on where you're from. So I will show off Dagon very soon. Yeah, crashing the party. Ayo! That was only a quasi Carl impersonation. I wasn't really putting my heart into it, but I had to kind of give the Ayo some treatment there. All right, so this is the game. If you're thinking, geez, this game looks fun and tight and quick and fast, it's because it is. Also, anyone that knows about the game will be like, oh, how is Korra doing all this new stuff I haven't seen before? And how come the effects look new and fresh? That's because this is an unreleased version of Korra that is newer and more updated. Of course, there's the really fast platform fighting stuff that you love about Smash. We also have wave dashing, and we have... Oh, one of my favorite things about this game is you can charge aerials. Like that. That was a charged aerial. So satisfying to land. Oh my word. I was freaking out when I realized you could charge aerials. Shields work a bit differently in this game. You can counter. You can parry by releasing at the right time. I'm not very good at it because I'm still getting used to the mechanic, but it's very satisfying when you get down. You can also spot dodge, which is a bit safer. You can roll. You can wave dash out of it like you would in the other platform fighting game that supports wave dashing. But yeah, there's like no landing lag from aerials, so you can just like move super quick. So they're looking a lot tastier. I'm glad you think so, Lunch. We're so excited for you to play them. We really wanted to have it out by today. That just didn't end up working out. When you have a team of like, the single digits, let's say. It's very hard to do things like with the timelines that you set. But I'm still really happy with all the stuff that Alec's been able to do in such a short time. That has honestly made things... I'll give you guys one example, okay? So C-Stick implementation is like, okay, yeah, C-Stick works great. You just come to expect this, right? That's not trivial. It's actually very difficult to implement things like C-Stick working. And there's a lot of reasons for that. Unreal Engine not necessarily supporting X input natively, or certain things like that, or having a UI that supports it. So if someone doesn't want to use C-Stick, or someone wants to change C-Stick, you've got to have options and settings for that, which add more time, right? So while C-Stick was like a day one desire, it really took a lot longer than that. So that's just one example, right? Hit the fair jab loop. The fair jab loop. Okay, let me see if I can do that. Bear in chat's also like super good at this game. He played it at PAX, and I think we actually met at PAX, but I don't think we didn't know who each other were at the time, which is really funny because we know a lot of the same people. So you're saying, oh, by the way, with fair's actually faster now, so it's easier to land the double hit. Also, I think it's kind of broken. I think we have to fix it because it's really strong. Like, look at that. That knockback's insane. And that was just the first hit, but yeah, what's nice is in this build, you also have side special and you have down special, not just neutral special. So core up B is way cooler now. Yeah, it's got those effects, right? Yeah, C-Stick did not work at the PAX demo. So there you go. In just a few months, or in a few months, it was like a month and a little bit. Yeah, you got extra moves. So that's Cora, and this is, of course, everyone's favorite Granite. I'll play on a new stage. I'll pick the most rocky stage I can think of. I'm driving home, but I'll be on computer in a sec. Let's go, Bear. Looking forward to it. Please drive safely. Can I make a puff equivalent? Yes, you can. You can. Side B, down B confirmed. Side B, down B confirmed. You've heard it here. Oh, also, Alec, if you want to tweet out this stream is live, you can do that. I actually forgot to set that tweet up with the other tweets I was trying to set up, so... actually, before I do this, I want to adjust the sound a little bit. Which, by the way, is a new feature. So I'm going to lower the music a little bit. I'm going to increase the sound effects so you can hear the sweet sound effects. And you guys let me know how it sounds, okay? I feel like it's not too loud. But I want to make sure it's like a decent balance. So if I wanted to take the time to model 2 college campus patches and have them fight, I could. Good news, you wouldn't have to model them, Fluffykins. You could just make sprite art out of them. And then I will show you that in a bit. It is the coolest thing ever. I cannot wait to show you guys the character editor in this. Granite's flipping sick. Hit them with the Nair. I will do that very thing, Bear. Perfect sound. Okay. Hey, Alec, I think another note is... No, actually, no. That's probably just me. I think the 3, 2, 1 sounds are synced with sound effects now. I could be wrong about that. All right, so Grant has a nasty Nair. Look at this thing. It's, like, so fast, so satisfying to land. And you guys know about his rock move. You guys know about his up B. But do you know about his side B? And his new dash attack? Or his down B, where he just stomps the ground like an absolute mad chad. Look at that smack. I'm not trying to brag, and I am not in the business of bragging when it comes down to it, but this dash attack was animated by me, and it was my first attempt at an animation. So it's not about bragging. It's not about bragging, all right? It's not what I'm seeking out to do, but I did make it by myself. So there's that. DK style ground pound. Yeah, it is derivative of that, and then that also, his dash attack is derivative of DK's up B, right? Thank you, Esther, for recognizing that. Spin to win. Thanks, Lech. I appreciate that. In all fairness, we'll probably actually polish it because it's a first pass and it's okay, but I think it could use some improvement, to be completely honest. But it's also fun to be involved, like helping make the game is really awesome. I never thought I would do that, right? I never thought I would do that. So excited to mess around with the new Granite. Oh no, I have an idea, Bear. You love messing around with this game, and it's been honestly like pushing us to think about new ways to. Here's one thing that Bear found in the game that I didn't know about. Apparently, Alec knew about it. But, like, it's called wave jumping, right? So, with the wave dash, you kind of carry a momentum, and, like, that's, like, the whole point of the wave dash, right? Well, it turns out you can actually carry that momentum into a jump, right? So, might show in test mode. It might be easier without a CPU bothering me. But if I hold forward and jump, I go this far. If I wave dash and jump, I go way farther. So that's wave jumping. Look at that. Look how much distance I can cover with that. When I jump normally, it's about half the distance. So David's the most humble person he knows. Just ask him. Well said. Well said, guy. It's good enough. Let's ship it. That is a winning philosophy, especially in the current landscape of games. Cough, cough. Cyberpunk. Momentumous. Hold on, Insane Asylum. New tech. Heck yeah, it's awesome tech. So anyway, and I would have to say, if there's one person I can point to that's single-handedly carrying the meta, I would say it's Bear. Bear is like figured out so much stuff about the game. It doesn't matter that, you know, some of it may be unintended, some of it's intended, but, you know, that's exactly what happened with Melee, right? So, you love the wave jump already? Dude, it's so awesome. Yeah! So who I'm fighting is Cayenne, and I'll show you him. We actually added some new fire effects to him that I'm really excited to show you guys. In fact, one thing we'll be doing if we have time is we actually adding fire sound effects to his moves, which will be really fun. So I want to go back to a character we've already played because I want to reveal Spry to you next. Spry is a really awesome character. I can't wait to show you. Quirks, as a great man once said. Right. Quirks, that's what they are. The characters look super dope. I lost all confidence in my terrible art skills after finding out these are 3D models. No. You should not feel bad about that. It's deceptive on purpose, right? So these actually are not 3D models. They're actually not. These are actually sprites, but they behave in some ways like 3D models. So you're actually not wrong. Don't play Catboy without me. Okay, I'll make sure you're here, Grant. I truly don't think there is an equivalent to the amount of movement in this game. Actually, just if you can, you've practiced instant dashing. Oh, instant dashing. Oh, man, you told me about that, but I forgot. I forgot exactly what it was. All right, good night, Fluffykins. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I hope your leadership conference goes well in Palm Springs. I'm so glad you're able to catch the stream before you went to bed. It means a lot to me, man, despite how late it is. Have an amazing night. Okay, so the thing I want to show off to you guys next is the fire effects. So you'll notice now when you know, Cayenne kicks, he does a down smash, right? He has a new side B. This beautiful glowy fire comes out. His up B is changed too. It has this cool little fire kick, which I'm going to kill myself over. But those were so fun because they're utilizing the new effects layer feature in the game. That was just so fun to implement. That was something that I implemented also. But of course, the actual sprite work was done by Dan on our team. And Dan is an amazing pixel artist. Really, really awesome. It is way past his bedtime in the UK right now. But if he was here, I'd be giving him the shout-outs too. Right, Dan does. He does. And that's a quote from you, by the way. I tried to get a Twitch clip of you saying that, but the Twitch clip didn't work. His moves feel a lot more original. Yeah. No, there's a lot more personality to him now for sure. Because it's amazing what some sprite work can do. I mean, look at the blur effect on his up kick. So cool. It's a small thing, but it really adds a lot. And then down B is not finished yet, but it's like a counter kind of thing where he gets armor and then he jabs out of it. It's not finished yet, but the concept's there. All right, these animations look so much more smoother and polished than PAX. Yeah. And I want to use that as an illustration of like how the engine works because it's just brilliant. It's just freaking brilliant. Like I can't, you know, it's so funny. My previous job, I'm not going to say anything negative about my previous employer. I wouldn't do that. They treated me fairly well, and I got a lot of good connections out of it and got a lot of good experience. I was there for 5 years. What I will tell you is when you work for a company that has a product that you really believe in and you really like and you're really proud of, man, work in general as a concept is so different. It's actually wild. Like, I love this game. I mean, I played it at PAX all the time, and that was only half the game. And now I'm playing in the editor, and it reminds me of, like, modding it in my Project M, like, legacy days. It's so rewarding. So anyway, I've gushed enough about it. So I'm going to show you guys Spry now. Here's Spry. She is our resident space animal. And obviously she's not available in the current build yet. Oh, Alec, I think what's happening is because the CPU is default color, it's conflicting. So I'm not able to pick default color. Spry. because as soon, or that could be a fisherman's tale. Does X and Y work or just X? Hey, can you tell I'm still new to the game's development? All right, so we're gonna do the monocolor variant of Spry, and we're gonna fight Cork. She got some range. She has some range components too. Just Y? Okay, yeah. I mapped. Okay, good to know. I mapped my jump button to X, so for me it's X. But oh yeah. Oh, you're hold on. Your new guy is named It's not Bartholomew. I can't remember. It's a really good name though. I already read that. Let's see here. Yeah, Dan is nuts. Yeah, Dan's really cool. Bernard. I knew it was a B name, but I couldn't remember. Which B name. All right, so this is Spry. She's really fast, and her movement is nutty. And I mean, obviously, we can't guarantee you this is exactly how she'll play when she releases, but for now, she can do some wild stuff. Yes, she has a shine, and it's awesome. It can be canceled because if you drift into the ground, it gets canceled. Her up B is a little clock with a fire burst. We're working on polishing that, but I love the clock effect. The clock effect is sick. And one thing we'll hopefully do if we have time is I'll add some really cool sound effects that I planned on adding. And also, this forward air's got this little rapid hit and a little kick on the end, which is really cool. Oh, she got me. Yeah. Yeah, fair's awesome. The down air is a multi-hit like Fox's. So there's a lot of parallels to like another space animal from, you know, other Smash games. And so that's kind of like the model, but we also did some things kind of differently too. So like side B is a dash, but it's like there's a special punch at the end. So it'll reward specific kinds of timing. So if you're able to time things in a particular way, you kind of get rewarded for it. And that has to do with like how we charge aerials. That has to do with like a lot of the things about this game where the timing's really crucial. But also just like look at this movement. I mean, she flies. Oh, Corey's just owning me. And occasionally you can get stuck like this. So this is an example of how the game's not quite finished yet. What I will say though, on the plus side, the game has not crashed yet. That is definitely a bonus. And I will say too, of the characters released, this has not been a problem. So you can see why Spry has not been released yet, but she's very close and she's so fun to play with. All right, if Grant's in chat, I need to know because I really want to get to this Exquisite Corpse character. Before I do that, I'm going to show you guys my custom character. He's really... Oh, Annie, thank you so much for this. Holy cow, 18 months.
Oh, wait, hello.
Wow, thank you so much. Hello to you. It's good to be back. It's so good to see your name in chat, Annie. Hope you're having a good night. Annie has been, we've been playing a lot of Splunky lately. Bear, thank you so much for the sub. I really appreciate that. Welcome to the Kim Ballers, man. Thank you so much. So this is my character. I haven't really done much with him, other than like create him in terms of like creating the sprite work. He's based heavily off of the old Cayenne, and I've only animated a few things. So I've animated his running animation and his down smash. There's no glow effects anymore. At one point there were glow effects. And so he's got swords on his back that he occasionally takes out, but then his other attacks are just, you know, more hand-to-hand combat. I'll give him a ninja star to replace. Oh, that is broken. I'm gonna replace that with a ninja star eventually and make him more unique from Cayenne, obviously. But for now, I've done a down smash and I've done a... I don't remember what else I've done that's unique. Maybe that's it. So I haven't much. So since Grant is here, I will show off our Freak of Nature Exquisite Corpse. Oh, I haven't shown all of Spry yet though. I'll go back to Spry in a second. I want to show you guys this freakish creation, which, yeah, it's funny. I'm not able to pick the default color, so I'm gonna get rid of the CPU and see if that changes things. Huh. Okay, no, let me pick it. Some kind of conflict there, but I'm sure we'll figure it out. I like how keeping old moves Cayenne replaced already. He's more unique. Yeah, I had that same thought, and I'm sure that applies to Dagon a little bit too. Will he throw a Shoryuken? That's definitely a possibility. Down smash is sick. He pulls them out. Yeah, I had him pull the swords out. Nunchuck counter? Oh, that's a cool idea, Esther. All right, now that I'm home and can type on this keyboard, instant dash is the one holding the furthest right input or left and then jumping and dodging within the first 3 frames. Okay, I probably won't be able to do it as this character, but I will try. All right, thanks, Alec. Dentrobu. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. Thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate that. All right, so as you can see, we have a very interesting character here. We have, so if you can't tell, the hip, also it picked another one of these characters. The hips just say the word hips. We have a really cool lizard robotic upper arm. We've got a cat head. We've got a blocky fist for the right hand. And we have I think that's a stiletto, or it's, I'm not really sure. But the cat head was created by Essie Lessie in chat. That was her contribution. Lunch, I think you made one of the hands. I know Toady made the palm tree forearm on the left arm. And I think you made the hand on the left hand, Lunch. I could be wrong about that, but yeah. Yeah, Soul King. Only been watching it for a few minutes, already installing Smack Studio. Dang, these sprites are incredible. Oh my gosh, Soul. I'm so glad to hear that. If anyone else is interested in installing it, this game is free right now. You can try it out. It's an early alpha, so you're essentially helping us playtest it and bug squash it, right? If you'd like, I will give you that link right now. There's also a panel in my Twitch channel. You can download the game that way. And also, like Esther pointed out, we also have a Discord. So it's free. We're getting rollback soon, and everyone is hype in the Discord. Yeah, we're getting rollback eventually. I don't want to say soon, Bear. You know how much work rollback is? I didn't until I started working here. Man, it's a lot of work. David is the hype. You made the lower leg stripy. Okay, that's right. Okay, so it's kind of covered up by the hips, but Lunch made the stripy leg. Oh, you know what I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of Mick. Or Nick. Is it Mick or Nick? I confuse those two. Soon TM. Yeah, but anyway. So this is it was just a really fun event. And we do events like this, so if you guys are creative, maybe you don't want to make a whole character, but you like making one body part because you think it'd be funny. Please join the Discord and join our events because we have a lot more where that's coming from. So Grant, I hope you enjoyed that Freak of Nature. And I'm glad you like the amalgamation there, Sidewinder. Will custom sound effects be implemented? Good question. We have an update coming soon that will let you pick from a larger library of sound effects. When it comes to custom ones, that's, again, not as straightforward as you think, because you have to remember, when it comes to custom content, we're trying to think of a way where eventually, when you play these characters, we want them to be able to work with your friends, right? So let's say you set up a private match with one of your friends. How would they, like, in order for them to hear the sounds that you've implemented, right? We'd have to do some kind of crazy magic nonsense. It'd be like Gary's mod, and I don't know if that's really feasible, especially depending on how many sounds people will add. So it's just tougher to implement. You want every hit from the corpse to be little meows. I think, Alec and I will think about ways to do that, but I think, initially it'll be tough to implement that, but we definitely want to, play around with that. Rick! It's not Mick or Nick, it's Rick. Lunch. Wow. Your boy's got problems remembering names. All right, so now what I want to do, because Lunch is in the chat. Yeah, we're using Steam Workshop, Esther. Yeah, we will be using that probably. All right, so I want to show you guys. Just as Bear said, Dagon is fun as heck. Fun as heck. And the creator Lunch, I want you to confirm: is it Dagon or Dagon? I want to say it correctly, and not broken. I swear. Please don't nerf him. Sorry, Grant. I didn't mean to misname you like that. All right, so this is Dagon. He is a vampire character. You can see from his scary eyes and his scary fangs. And apparently this character has invisible rocks, so I'm going to switch my opponent because I don't want to fight against somebody with invisible rocks. Let's pick someone like... let's fight Spry and see if our CPU breaks Spry like I broke Spry. It's meant to be Dagon, like dagger. That's right, you already... This is stuff you've already told me, Lunch. This is stuff you've already told me, because I remember you saying that. More like Bagan. It sounds like bagel. What do you mean you haven't memorized Granite Rock Bounce? Somehow I haven't, yeah. Okay, so if Spry will stop beating me up for a second. So check this out. This is Dagon. He is a sword. He's a dagger wielding. No, Dagon because he has a dagger. He's a dagger wielding vampire. And as you can see him, he's quite fond of it. He's got some sick jabs. He's got a cool up tilt and a really strong up smash. Or sorry, up strong. I'm trying to use the terminology of the game. And then he has this really cool nair. It's like a 3-hit nair, and it kind of going along with the theme of timing things well. There's his up B, which is also cool. If you hit that last hit like that, it's this really powerful counter strike critical move, which is really cool. I love the idea of that. You have to really time it properly because it's pretty long. One of the longer nairs you'd probably have in a game, but if you can time it correctly, it's like really rewarding. His side B is he throws a dagger up and then whooshes, and the most beautiful looking whoosh animation. Like, look at that. Oh, I guess Spry had to one-up me with whooshes. Also, look at this crouch animation. Oh, so much love in this one little crouch animation. The gradual finesse of his lean as he crouches. Like, oh, you can just tell it was made with love. And then when he rolls, he turns into a bat, which is cool. And when he up Bs, he goes into a bat. Right? Side B is sick. I like dags. Right? The animations are gorgeous. Yeah, I know. Everything Lunch touches is gold. Which reminds me, by the way, real quick, if you guys like Lunch's work, which you are seeing right now, I encourage you to check out his game, which is currently on Steam wishlist. It's called Hipwitch. And I put the command in wrong. There we go. That should... Oh, I spelled it wrong. See, this is why you make macro commands, so you don't have to type on stream. That's like a big... That's a big benefit. It's super awesome. It's not out yet, but you can wishlist it right now on Steam, so you'd absolutely check it out if you're a fan of Lunch's art and his work. So you got it, man. Happy to do it. Can you share a custom character with friends? You absolutely can, Potato Power. So here's a fun fact. Every character that was made at PAX West was actually something that they could take home and use for the full game when it releases, which is so cool. You basically package it into a custom characters folder. And then whatever you name the character is the name of the folder, and then you can zip that up and share it with whoever you like. So for Dagon, I keep wanting to say Dagon. For Dagon, Lunch basically took his working file, decided it was done, hit finalize, and then shared it in the Discord, and that's how I'm able to play it right now. And I'm not the only one that's been playing it. Lots of people have been playing it in the Discord. To the accolades of many. I don't think that's the right phrasing. So now, because side Bs and... side Bs, or neutral Bs and down Bs work, I'm going to show you something terrifying. You guys ready? Oh. So this is very unfair, because it's like Lunch put this in the character, but he didn't. Really, this implementation wasn't in the build version of the game that he has. So this is me picking on him. Yeah. Not Sonic is very important. Yeah, you need not Sonic. Look at that down air. So cool. And then his dash attack is a long kick. His back air is a cool double kick. So anyway, just incredibly fun character to play as. And I cannot wait to see future updates of this vampire. Now, there's one more thing I haven't shown yet. And that is his final smash. If I can do this right, it'll be a great showcase. If I don't, I'll be an absolute failure, okay? Here we go. See if I can get this timed right here. Let's go. We call that the Big Chomp. And notice, he wiped away his mouth because of all the blood that he had in his teeth. So he's a gentleman vampire. That's right. We got Big Chomp in chat, gamers. I should have made neutral B in advance. See, I knew you'd feel self-conscious about it, so I had to tease you, Lunch. Again, know that he only puts out stellar work, so the thing that I showed you earlier was just... he literally couldn't play with that in his version of the game, so let's make that clear. But look at this. I can combo all day with these moves. They're so silky smooth. And, fun fact, Dan from our team actually helped polish this character a little bit too, for funsies, and there's a future update to come that will implement those. So, right there, right? Thinking of making the Kimballs, but I don't know if I'd have to make David and Donald separately, or if they're... Okay, That's a little insulting, Potato. I'll have you know, Donnie and I, we are brothers, but we are separate individual humans with our own autonomy. I'll have you know. Okay, so there's an overview for you of the base character roster, which I showed you earlier, and then some of the custom characters that have been created. Rin barely counts because I literally barely worked on him at all. And then Exquisite Corpse is a freakish reskin. So I would say Dagon's the true, like, flagship custom character right now. And Dagon was made in a very short amount of time. Part of that is credit to just how efficiently and how experienced Lunch is with just animating. And part of that just speaks to how cool the tool is. Obviously, Lunch didn't have any prior experience with this tool. He just jumped in and figured it out and made something really cool. So, with all that preamble out of the way, let's get to the editor. Now, in the editor, there is currently no music, so I will be taking viewer requests. So they are now open. If you guys would like, you can cue music. If you're a subscriber, which many of you are, if you're a VIP or a subscriber, you can cue the music. I will give you guys the music command to remind you how it works. Please keep things that are not going to do a DMCA takedown or anything like that. But yeah, we have a queue already, but wow, it's actually a very lengthy queue. I might clear the queue actually. All right, I'm gonna add your song again, Potato, because it got skipped. So, okay. All right, I just want to make sure your song got in there, Potato. Thanks for queuing up, and thanks Esther for queuing up. All right, so while we play this music, I'll show you guys the character editor. All right. So, of course, Potato. Awesome, excited to hear it, Bear. All right, so let's say we want to give... I'm going to edit Spry for fun because Spry is the newest character that we're working on. Also, bear in mind, the character editor, because of all the variables and how many things you can do with it, we haven't really seen any... Actually, we haven't seen any crashes so far in the game, but my suspicion is we will start to see crashes in the game. Like, wow! Okay, so you guys can't see it on your screen, but a fatal error just came up as I said that. So I need you guys to post debated in the chat because you guys can't see it, ironically. In fact, maybe what I'll do is I'll change this to be monitor 1 so you guys can see my whole screen. There you go. Fatal error. We got debated. Okay? So... It'll be fun. It'll be fun, guys. It'll be fun. I will say, because, you know, Spry is the most experimental character, I think, you know, it might be at a point where we can't really edit Spry that much. Because, like just before the stream, we added something new, so. Christy, thank you so much for the 20-month resub. Oh, I didn't say debated. I'm surprised. Thanks for the debates. Appreciate it. Christy, I hope you've been doing well. Hopefully, you had a good day. I think you had work, is from what I remember. So hopefully, yeah. Joey just didn't say anything. Oh, Christy and Esther are on the same cycle. Interesting. All right, so let's go to our first character. I will try Spry one more time. I do not have faith that we'll be able to edit much with Spry because of what just happened. But hey, maybe the RNG lords will smile upon us. All right, so the first thing that I want to do is give his B a proper sound effect. I'm going to start in test mode. So what's really handy about this is you can click test play, and it's going to open up this little sandbox environment where you can kind of play around with the character and test them out. So it's going to load the character, it's going to load the environment, then it's going to load the dummy character that I can fight, and it's going to... This isn't the same as loading it in-game. There are some differences, but it's supposed to give you an idea of how the character will play, right? So right now, so those sounds like they're not really appropriate. I want some kind of laser shot, like a pew or a I don't know, something that sounds more like a sci-fi laser shot. So I actually have a list of sounds that Alec just added to this build of the game that I'm going to try to use. Again, Lord willing, we won't get interrupted by a crash. But this works. I can demonstrate to you guys in real time how easy changing a sound is. So in the future, we'll have a drop-down list. But for now, I'm just going to replace the sound. So instead of sword/medium, which is a bizarre sound to use for this, I'm going to give it sci-fi laser. And then here's another thing. I'm going to actually make a new character called Spry Next to keep our Spry dev character separate from the main character. And then I will show you guys in the file folder structure where this exists and where you can share it with your friends and stuff too. And I will do that at a later time. Yes, new sounds. So let's see if our shot changed sound. Let's see. Oh, love it. That's the sound we want. Sounds great. Okay. So that is good news. Oh, we got Pikmin music. Let's go, Esther. Love it. All right, good luck getting some food, Christy. If I'm going to start out, I need something simple. I've never done this before. Any suggestions? Excellent question, Potato. Let's assume. Actually, you know what? I'm going to turn off the music completely from now on. And I'm just going to restart the whole game just to be safe. And I'm going to pretend that I want to make a brand new character. I'm going to use Rin as an example because Rin is the character that I started out with. And Rin's probably a bit more complex, even more than I would expect the standard, a typical use case to be. So, and I have a tutorial, by the way, that shows you like step by step how to get started. And the tutorial there's a link to the tutorial. I clicked don't show this again. But there's a modal that pops up that says, here's a link to a tutorial when you open this. So don't be overwhelmed. It's actually pretty intuitive. So here's what my full sprite looks like. In fact, maybe I'll show you guys the parts too. So you guys have a really clear picture of what's going on. So where you want to start is you want to have your character completely... You want to have your character completely, I guess we need more Jebeta than chat because we got the fatal error. You want to have your character completely finished like this. And then what you want to do is split it out into different parts. Music louder, thank you. So you have your character, and then what you want to do is make parts for it. So you can see there's his head at different angles. There's the hands and the legs and the torso. There is swords that go on his back. And so what I like to do is I import the entire thing as one thing, and I'll show you that in a second. Thank you for the Jebeta, Josh. Hey, it's Panda. Welcome, Poke Panda. Good to see a name that I recognize. How you doing? All right, so if we go to the character editor again, and we go to Rin. Hopefully it won't bark at us this time. And I will say, too, I think the character editor might be a bit more stable in the Steam version of the game. So if possible, I could even switch to that version if we absolutely have to. But, so here's my base pixel art. And... oh, wait. So I start with the base, right? And then I split it out into parts. And so there you have the head, the arms... and you add all the sprites first, and then you have the bones. And so what you do is you can create bones and add bones, and you basically take the parts that you made, and then you map them to a certain bone. So there's a head bone right here, and you basically have to connect those. Wow, why is this so much louder than the other one? So you do it in this menu where you connect bones to things, and then you can move the bones, and then the result is this. And what you can do with this is you can animate it. So as you can see here, this is using keyframes, and that interpolation I was talking about earlier, where you have like a timeline, and then like by this frame you want them to be here, and by this frame you want them to be here. That's what you can do with pixel art, which is pretty much unheard of. Like, not a lot of tools do this. It's using a lot of experimental tech, and that's a lot of the reason for it, but it's just an ingenious idea. Try to find another example. This is a pretty janky dash, but for the sake of demonstration, I think it'll work fine. So if I delete this keyframe, I want you to always watch what happens. So I have a keyframe here that tells it's its arms to be in that position. But if I delete this, look how it moved automatically when I deleted it. It's automatically interpolating the animation based on these keyframes. If I delete these, it's going to be even more simple of an animation. See? But it's doing all the work for me. So I'm not frame by frame, you know, I'm not frame by frame doing it, right? No, Essie's good. She's adding music, so we got music in the background. Is there anything superficially limiting the max resolution of a sprite? Like, could I do a non-pixel art? You could, but it's not really designed for that, Grant. You could put something that's non-pixel art in there. You could experiment, but I don't think you'll have the outcomes that you expect. So, we got a song from Bear, which is awesome. Yeah, so the actual max resolution is 256, but when it comes to like thinking about adding characters, you want to think of it in terms of pixel art. Otherwise, it doesn't work as well, because that's not really what it's designed for. But, I mean, that's also kind of putting it in a box in a sense, because the sky is really the limit here. You guys can be as creative as you want, but I'm just saying, in my experience, it's helped to like use pixel art as a frame of reference. So, who you calling Bud, pal? Vibes. Well, I think Chrissy just called you pal, so I think we have to do Bears. You have to say, who you calling pal? Sport. That's the next line, I'm pretty sure. All right, so but check this out. So if I want to adjust the animation, you have some. Oh, my head's in the way. This is where I can move my head, and it becomes helpful. Look at that. So in this area that was previously hidden, we have some tools. We have rotation, and we have position tools. So I can do things like move his arm. I can move his arm like this and make it disembodied. But watch, this is super sick. I'm gonna zoom in. It does things automatically. Like it's, see how it like kind of connects. The pixels like kind of connect in like a really cool way. It has like a smart way of understanding how it works, especially in the 3D space. So right now I'm in 2D camera mode, and this is completely 2D. This is 2.5D, and then there's 3D camera mode, so you can literally see the bones from every angle. And so what you can do is, let's say you wanted to have an arm in front. Like if I want, for some reason, if I wanted this arm in front, I could just rotate it like this. And that's literally in 3D space rotating it. And then I can use this depth offset tool to change how it looks in this perspective, and it doesn't move the bone at all in 3D space. So you have every tool at your disposal. If you want to do a spin really quickly, you can use the spin tool and just spin them right around. Look at that, folks, it's magic. This is pixel art, and it is somehow 3D. So this is gonna look a little weird, but we're gonna do it anyways. Look at that. It looks very janky, but you get the idea, right? It's wizardry is what it is. It's I've never seen anything like it. The possibilities are insane. The amount of time you can save by not doing a frame-by-frame animation is just... So my down strong, which I think is down strong. Here's something that I animated. It was like my first attempt at an animation ever. So you can see the swords actually have their own bones. So what I'm able to do, and they're connected to the hands, I think is the way that I did it. No, wait, how did I do this? I actually don't remember how I did it. Because I think yeah, you know what? I don't have the swords come out very often, so they're actually not attached to his hands. They're attached to his back. And then I can animate them independently of his back, so that's why I have them pop out like that. And then these red boxes are the hitboxes, or the hitboxes, right? So if somebody hits if someone gets hit by this, that means that they get 10 damage. They get 6 damage with 10 base knockback. This sound effect plays, and this hit effect plays. So the sword bone's connected to the hilt bone. I think that's part of the song. That was a great song, Bear. Thanks for queuing it up. Can't understand how you guys did this, but it made it even me, a doofus, could make Jerf Man, Garfield Man in the game. There you go. The sword bone's connected to the entirety of your backbone. It is actual magic, Josh. You've animated stuff before, no harder than Photoshop, I'd imagine. So honestly, quite honest question here. You kind of know where I am tech-wise. How hard would it be to... Oh man, Esther, you would understand this. Honestly, the fact that you've done animation in Premiere, kind of like what Grant said, I think you could pick this up. I think there's a few things that'll be hurdles to understand at first. Things like what bones are and how you move things in 3D space. But God, Trix, thank you so much for the raid. Oh my goodness, I really appreciate that. I hope your stream was going good. You were playing Just Chatting. Hope you're just chatting. The stream was going well. I'm going really well. I'm actually showing off Smack Studio, which is the game that I'm repping at the moment, and actually the one I work for. So you were singing karaoke. Very nice. What were you singing? Thanks for the raid, Trix. Let's see. I'm a tutor who teaches a beginner animation crash course, and I'm honestly considering using this game as a teaching tool in the future. Yeah, you mentioned that in the voice chat, which would be so cool. I feel like it'd work really well for that. Thanks for the lurk, Josh. I appreciate it. Disney songs. Oh, I gotta love the sappy Disney songs to the karaoke to. Love that. Love that, man. All right. So also there's actions up here. These are a little bit more advanced, but they can do things like play sounds. So while sound effects play when you get hit by hitboxes, sound effects can also happen even if you miss, right? So things like whiffs. So if, for example, right, if I'm Rin, the ninja, oh gosh, my running animation is going to look super broken, I just realized. So, what the heck? Oh, I don't think I pressed A on this yet. So, oh no. Here's the animation I made earlier. So this down smash makes that little swoosh sound, right? He's an ice skater. He's a professional ice skater. He's just ice skating. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. So that sound happens whether or not I hit somebody. But if I hit somebody, it makes a little sound. And it does a little effect too. A little slashy effect. Wee, wee. So somebody needs to make a ice skating character, all right? Because look at this. This is obviously the next thing. Someone's got to make a character, and their gimmick is they ice skate around, or they skate or something. And win a time machine? What's up? What do you mean I win a time machine? First? Also, welcome. How's it going, Nick? Hope you're doing well. Skating kicker. Whee! Yeah, you're right. His back heel is kind of kicking people. Shadow... Oh, true. Shadow the Hedgehog. Yes. Oh my gosh, that is exactly right. Faker, I think you're the fake hedgehog around here. No, roller derby character. Oh my gosh, leg warmers and rollerblades. Oh, that is such a cool idea. Oh, I know. I recognize your name, Trix. Yeah, I know it's you, Patrick. Yeah, I know that. It's so funny. Like, I'd prefer you call you Patrick, but some people don't like to be doxxed. So, all he needs is a gun. True. Oh, not here. Oh, so cringe, but I love it. I'm addicted to the way he is. You're dying. All right, so that's all demonstration stuff. But even your IRL friends call you Bear. Okay, so you're always... That's your secret, Captain. You're always doxxed. That's true. Grant's like in a perpetual state of death, Christy. Okay, so that is that. I want to see if I can do... I wonder if there's other, like, tangible examples of, like, sound effect replacement or, like, character editing that I can show you guys that are, like, more... Okay, here's an example, maybe, that hopefully it'll work. So right now, just full transparency, right now one thing that's really tough for us is figuring out how to get, like, complex projectiles working. So we're kind of in the middle of this journey of figuring out projectiles and effects. So I'm about to use a bunch of projectiles, so I'm assuming it's going to be super broken. But hey, again, fingers crossed. Hopefully we have something stable going for us here. I want to finish with my little cat character. Oh my gosh, you totally should. You should base it though off of the... Wait, are you talking about your cat character that you made for Spelunky, or the one that you started to make for the corpse? Because if you're talking about the Exquisite Corpse one, you should use the head that I modified. That's the right size. Oh, the corpse. Okay. Yeah. You should use the one that I modified for you, and then try to use pixel art, like, instead of drawing it. Although you could try drawing it if you wanted. All right. So right now, Korra has this missile that hones in, has a homing component. And then for her ultra attack, she has a bunch of rapid fire shots. So we're going to lower the music for a second to play this and raise the volume so you can hear the sound. Sorry if that was too loud. So it's cool. But the like weapon cocking sounds a little off to me. I mean, it can work, but I want to try to replace it with something else. So I have a new sound effect called Sci-Fi Weapon Reload. Let's see. Here's the animation. There's her reloading her weapon. And I'm guessing right here is when the sound plays. Look at that. Gun cock. That's where it is. Is this missile separate from the projectile she has in the Steam build, or is it an upgrade? It's changed in some ways, but it's not really. I don't know if upgrade is the right word. I think it's changed. So we're gonna take a traditional gun cock sound, and we're gonna try to do a sci-fi weapon reload instead and see how it sounds. All right, see how it sounds. Ooh! Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Ooh! That sounds awesome. Okay, that's a huge upgrade. I'm gonna save that. Korra's top tier. If we just went back to tracking projectiles, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I love that sound. I think it fits Korra a lot better. What are her other special moves? Okay, so I'm glad you asked. Again, we're in real experimental territory here, but so neutral B is the missile, which the missiles are now invisible. Side B, I can't show you the cool effects when this happens. I'm gonna try to restart the game so that the projectiles aren't invisible, and then I will show you. I'll show you it all. We got Star Fox 64 music, love it. So let's hope that the projectiles aren't invisible. Your mom's name is Korra. Okay, that's awesome. I didn't know that. I can maybe use it for Bernard's Robo-Legs. Ooh, yeah. Hopefully at some point, Lunch, we'll have a lot more sci-fi and just general sound effects in general that you can pick from. And we want to have like a menu where we can pick. There should be like a really good assortment, like a good variety. But David sounds like a Minecraft mob. Hello in Sinus Salem. Korra's also my favorite character in Mass Effect Andromeda. I didn't know that was a character in that. Stock wallpaper, it's Windows 11. Okay, I'm actually running Windows 10. But I like the Windows 11 wallpaper, so. Okay, so here are the projectiles. Side B is a little dash with some hits. I actually have a sound effect I'm going to replace with side B too to make it sound better. And up B is this really cool. It's the same one as she has now, but she got these little twirly effects that we've added. So no track on normal projectile. Oh, heck yeah. So down B is something unique. What it's going to be is it's going to be placing a spinning whirlwind placer. So basically, like, it's a little missile that opens up when it lands, and a little like whirlwind comes out and traps people in it. Yeah. Yeah, Bear. That's right. Yeah, they're like little traps that like trap people in. You thought the start of Banjo-Kazooie is part of the move. Hey, Hee Hee Monkey, what's up? Good to have you. Did Crash Bugs get nerfed? No, they got buffed. We actually increased the number of bugs and the crashes. That's like one thing that we're really proud of to share. Good to have you in chat. Korra just whips out Banjo and starts singing. I hope. Stop, Grant. That's their name. Oh yeah, it's my default. Hey, Poggy V, what's up? Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you're here. Yeah, this game is so fun. You can try it in early access right now if you want. There's a link in chat if you want to download it. Right now I'm showing the character editor. So the other thing I want to do is change the side view sound. Poggy B, welcome to the Kim Ballers. My man, thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate that a lot. Thank you. It's Brizzle Steves. Hello. What a great human. I'm so glad to see you in chat. It's been so long. How is your educational, professorial work going? How is your free time? Hopefully you're having taking some time for yourself from your big brain activities. Seriously, so good to see you again. Let's see. What did I miss here? What about a singer that hits people with a mic? That's a great concept. Love that. The game's gonna pop off because of Dave being too cool. Totally not because the game's just better than anyone else's game. I don't know why those two things can't be true, Bear. Why can't those... Why do they have to be mutually exclusive? I feel like those can be both be the case, you know? Yeah, no, this game is awesome. So I'm gonna try, hopefully it won't crash here, but let's see if we can get a side B sound replacement to work. And again, I'm really just scratching the surface of what this tool can do, but I just love sound design and I love sound effects, so there's certain things that I like kind of want to prioritize. Oh, cool. Nice. Cool. I think I also wanted to replace the up B. Let's see. Okay, let's see if this up B will work. Instead of sword slash, let's see if we can get this one in here. Bubble sound, yeah. Okay, I don't think it works. I thought it would work as an up B, but I don't think it works. It worked in my head. Yeah, I'll find a new one, but I want to give it a shot. You're doing great teaching an ultrasound course for the first time. For the first and second year medical students and loving it. Teaching them how to diagnose so many conditions on an ultrasound. Wow. Like a smash ball is always for the win. You know how to use it. It always is for the win. If you know how to use it. I said that completely wrong. It's always for the win if you know how to use it. That's a great comparison. Well, hey, best of luck with doing that. I feel like talking about ultrasound is like not a casual endeavor. This version Korra can still do up air dare as a combo. I'm not sure. I'm not sure actually. First the sound, it might be better. Only true David can remember the derps. I don't know what you're talking about. That reminds me actually, I'm gonna be right back. I'll be right back. I actually have to grab something. Just don't go away. Okay, that did not work. Let's try this. Come on, you dummy. Both of these nuts! Ha! Ha! Got him! Alright, where did... Okay, he's over here for some reason. Come on, let's go. Come on. Also, David, I finally understood why you use emoji picker on your keyboard. Very helpful for work. Hey, you're welcome. Pastor, let's go. Pastor, thanks for the... I really... Uh-oh. Oh, gosh. Beta contributed channel points to make me the winner of who was the prettiest. Oh, Space came in second place.
Oh, very nice.
How the turntables. Pastor, thank you so much for the raid. Holy snap, guys. We have 80 people.
Oh, man.
Holy snap. Pastor, thank you so much.
Nuts.
Pastor, thanks for the follow. Rhizone, thanks for the follow. You people are amazing. Guys, we have a challenger approaching right now. Pastor, is it Dustin? Am I saying that right? Thank you so much for the raid. Oh, you guys are super awesome. Thanks so much. Ken, howdy to you. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that coin. The break of adding coins. That's what it's been relegated to now. I didn't want to remove the functionality, but yeah. Nice try, Christy. Nice try. I think I've removed that functionality for anybody except for me, so you can't do like multiple at a time because you can break the counter if you like mess with that too much. So both of these nuts scared me. Yeah, I feel like it was kind of loud. It's getting to be that time of the night. Need to head a bit. Well, Alec, thank you so much for hanging out. You guys, huge shout outs to Alec. He is the genius behind this game. He is a huge Smash Bros. Fan. He has been working on this game for years, from ideation to conception. He left his previous job, and he's putting his heart and soul into this game. So if you guys want to support him, you want to support me, I'm gonna throw the tip command, or actually, if you use the tip command, then you can directly support Alex's work and my work here. It would mean a lot. Again, you don't have to, but man, it would be awesome because if anything, Alec just deserves it. So he hired David. Of course, he's Pog. You make a compelling point there, Potato. You make a compelling point. That's nice of you to say, Briz. I completely agree. Completely agree. Alec is the champion of my life. Wow, that's... Man, people are confessing their love to you, Alec. Are you ready for this just before you go to bed? I know what you'll be thinking about tonight. Alec is making the game of my dreams. It's true. Lunch earlier said this game was created for him, he feels like, which is so cool. Man, it feels good to hear that. You know. All right. So, also there's a bunch of character properties you can adjust to. So like if you want to change, okay, max walk speed -0. These definitely are not accurate. So I don't know why it has those values, but you can adjust a bunch of properties for the characters that are global, and then you can adjust like animations, like each animation too. GeForce Gemini HD. Love this. Nice, Esther. All right. Yes, and our sub goal is the Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl stream. I feel like this game molded to the way I want to lab as well. There's infinite characters for me to learn. Oh, man. Yeah, that's true. I have no idea what to do for Dagon, Neutral B, and Down B. We can do a brainstorming session, figure that out on a future date. This is so weird, Alec. I don't know why it's showing 0 like this. Is it because... Christy! Oh my gosh, thank you so much for your tip. That's $20 towards the game. Thank you so much for the game's development support. I really appreciate that, Christy. Thank you. Wow. That's really generous. I'm Alex's first follower if he ever streams. Very nice, Briz. Yeah, so, awesome. I appreciate that. Yes, Bear, yes. Any tip you make on this stream up to $500 a day goes directly towards supporting the game. So, yes. If anyone would like to contribute, they can, but please do not feel like you have to. Christy is just very generous. So, man, I miss this whole experience of streaming, man. It's been so fun to come back to it. I immediately thought of something cool with his eyes or a cape. Oh, wow. That's a good idea, Esther. Something with the cape. My mind immediately went to copy paste of Mario's cape, but I'm sure you can do something more unique than that. Or not. I mean, that works too. I currently don't plan to stream, but you never know. Bear, thank you so much.
Nice.
Nice. The $6.90. Got to love it. That is so nice of you, man. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your donation. Your tip, I should say. Well, I hope you had a good vacation. I made sure to look at your profile. Oh, man, that means a lot. Seriously. Thank you so much. Wow. It's good to be back. Yeah, I had a really good time off. I really needed it, so. Bear MVP. Just funny man who loves the game. You know what? Not all heroes wear capes, Bear. It's fine. It's fine. I understand. But yeah, I mean, there's just so much cool stuff you can do with this game. It's just, so one thing that's nice too is like all these animations are laid out for you, so you know exactly what you need to edit and stuff. And one really handy thing that you should know if you ever try this game out is if there's like an existing attribute of a character that you like, you can copy it and paste it pretty much anywhere. So like, I'm trying to find a good example for you. So like, let's say I needed to reuse. Okay, here's a good example, right? So let's say I have a dash attack that I want to do, but I don't know like how to get it started. What I can do is I can copy the first frame of this animation rig with Control C, and then I'll go to dash. Let's say that there was nothing in the dash attack. Here's what it looks like right now, right? This is the thing I did earlier that I told you that I was not bragging about. So let's say I needed a place to start. Well, I'm just going to delete all this and delete all my hard work. I'm going to paste this. And look at that. I already have a frame of animation. And let's say, like, I only know how I want the move to start and end. So this animation ends basically on this frame. So I'm going to copy this frame, go back to running A, and then I'm going to find where the move ends. It looks like, oh, here. It says end animation, return character to idle. So this is where it ends. So I'm going to paste it here. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, this is a freakish animation where just his leg moves. You can see where it says end animation, return to idle. This is the end, so it's going to loop. So if he dashes, right, it's going to perpetually loop this animation while you're dashing. So yeah, this is a hitbox. I don't. This is the hitbox for the dash attack and the version of Granite that's not out yet. It's probably not final. I was somewhat worried, but I know you're smart and safe. Oh, I figured you were doing healthy things. Well, that's a generous assumption to make. Okay, buddy, glad to see you're back and everything's going good. Have work tomorrow, so I need to bed. All right. Good night, Grant. Have a good night. I really appreciate you coming out and saying hi for this stream. It means a lot, man. Have a good night. This dude is ready for Nick All-Stars. So true, Monkey. So true. On the off topic, but one of my favorite Steam games got a huge update. Let's go! What game is it? Yeah, Grant, we all miss you, by the way. So whenever you're done figuring out your important stuff, please come back. Why is the hitbox the size of Titanic eating 50 cheeseburgers? Well, because it matches the animation that I made for it. Alright, so to go back to my illustration about how I devise a dash attack. So I know how I want it to end, I know how I want it to start. So maybe, like, I don't know, somewhere in the middle. Let's say we want to move his leg. So I'm going to turn off hitboxes so it's easier to see. And then I'm just going to move his leg. Again, I'm not an animator, so I'm just completely doing random stuff right now. Okay, that's the right hand. What's this? This is the foreleg, and this is the leg. So I will extend this forward leg out. Here's the root of him, so I'm rotating his entire body. So I have no idea what this is going to look like. Look at that. This is one polished dash animation. Feeling that hurt my soul. 90-90 granny. You ready for the really good animation? Oh, Lodi, coming. Watch this. the most stiff animation ever created. You could not ask for a more stiff animation. This is exactly the kind of peaceful music it's good to animate to, right? Good choice, Esther. Gotta love Pokemon Stadium too. Alright, so, but obviously we can do things to make it... Also, by the way, one thing I'm not doing that really helps with animating is looking at references. So you can just Google, like, running animation or running sprite animation, and my goodness, that helps out so much with... Because I'm brand new to animating pretty much, right? So just seeing references of other characters, other animations, you can really just use that as a guide, and then you can iterate and make your own little changes. So it's just so fun to learn about, right? And you can look at existing animations even in the game and get an idea for how things should be, right? So you can see the first four goes in front of the other one. The whole body's going up and down too, which really sells it. So if I wanted to really exaggerate it, just kind of demonstrate my point here, I'm gonna find the root bone, which I believe is here. And then we're going to change it to position mode. I'm going to make it go way down. And then at the height of it, I'm going to make it go way up. So that's just exaggerated movement. It goes way down. So that's if I were to exaggerate the movements. So you can see how little things like moving the entire body. You can also do things that are like, you can do things like rotations. So let's say, right now so see how his head rotates? His head kind of rotates while he moves. So let's say I wanted to like let's say during this running animation, I wanted him to look at the camera, right? So he kind of moves his head a little bit, but he doesn't move it enough for me. So I'm going to find the point where it moves the most. I'm going to find the spin tool. And there's keyboard shortcuts for this, by the way, which are really handy. I'm going to spin his head, have it face the camera a little more. Now he'll look at the camera a little bit more. So let's see if that works. Yeah, so look at that. He full on looks at you while he's running. Isn't that the most adorable thing you've ever seen? It looks like such a good tool for new creators. Oh my gosh, it so is, Poggy. It's such a good tool. The nuts thing that I haven't even shown you guys yet is how exporting works. So if I generate a preview of what I just did, and I hit generate preview and I export this, it's literally going to export a sheet of the animation as a sprite sheet, which you can then import to other programs or Smack Studio. So here's what it exported. Look at this. This is all generated. These sprites are all generated from this that I just made. It's insane. And then let's say I hope my computer can handle Photoshop and the game and stream. I even have my little sister download the game and make a character. No way. Did you really? Runs are hard, right, Athor? That's so cool, Bear. It's a character top tier. AKA, is it based on Granite? I don't suppose I could make new characters if I just have new sprites? No, you can. I don't suppose I could make new characters if I just have... No, that's literally all you need, Poggy. You can, if you just have a sprite and you have all the parts of the sprite, you can, absolutely. So if you have a sprite like this, all you have to do is make the little parts like this, and then you bind them to the skeleton like this. And again, my tutorial covers all this. You can literally do that with just a sprite. Yeah, you can just make characters. It is that straightforward. It's insane. All right, so I'm going to open... So let's say I wanted to like do some manual tweaks on that animation. Like I really liked how it was. The tool did most of the work for me, but I wanted to add some polish, right? Maybe that's a whoosh line. Now my whoosh line is gonna suck. But just to demonstrate what I'm talking about, I'm gonna show you what I mean by like polish. So I'm gonna open like Photoshop. Man, look, it's a whooshy line. And then obviously, like if I was doing this the smart way, I'd make a new layer and then save the project or whatever. But look, it's a whooshy line. And I'm going to copy that whooshy line. This is exactly how animators work, right? Just kidding. No programming involved, and yet all the tools are still very flexible. Yep. Exactly. Ooh, my computer is not liking this. Okay. Okay, well, like, that's just like an example. It's really gonna be sloppy and maybe hard to tell without me like putting in actual effort to like actually do the actual polishing that I would want to do. But I'll just do this for now, and you'll get the general idea. So let's say I wanted this whooshy line to just be baked in on this sprite animation. Okay, so I'm gonna save this as our sheet file. Okay. Now, I'm going to import that same thing I just exported. See if it worked. Okay. Look at that. There it is. So what I can do, I can make this layer invisible. So watch this. So it's kind of hard to see because my tweak was crappy, but like, look, see? Here's what I added, and it works. It works out of the box. It's very hard to see because again, my work was bad, but it's there. It's already in game. So, well, you are rendering a huge image with variable parts in Photoshop. Well, it's only one layer. As long as it wasn't cayenne, they would have been pretty good no matter what. David's nasty on the voiceover. Yes, I did a tutorial video. Yeah, I did. Yeah. So the other cool thing, right, is let's say I just wanted the whoosh. I just wanted the whooshes, and again, these are sucky whooshes, but for the sake of demonstration, I'm gonna show you guys another cool thing you can do. So let's say I didn't want to do it that way because I wanted the flexibility to like change this whenever I wanted. I can import just the whooshes. So now at these specific frames, oh, it's on its own axis. I'm going to create an effect layer. So here it is. Oh, you know what I remembered? The game doesn't deal with transparency very well. So I think the reason why it looks all blocky like this is the transparency. So if I increase the glow, now it's going to be very noticeable. Let's hope it shows up in game. It should. So watch. Yeah, so you can definitely see it now. And that's an effect layer. Yeah, Donnie does have a cameo. You have to look out for it when you watch the video. So this was like super easy. And effect layers are sick because you can add glow to them. You can change their scale. So you can make it huge. I can translate it left and right. I can translate it up and down. I can translate the depth of it. I can have it be way behind him, way in front. So it's super flexible as an effect layer. And of course, if you want to get rid of it, you can just trash can the whole thing. So again, the potential is huge with this tool. Welcome back, Joshua. What did I want to say here? I used the same technique to give Dagon's side B a smear effect. Okay, that is what I was wondering. If you don't mind, if it works, I might open Dagon and see if we can pull up a character and see that in close detail. Okay, you just gave me permission. Ooh, one thing I noticed is like sometimes there's like a little pixel up here. I don't know where that comes from, but I found Rebinding fixes that. So should I bother? So let's say you import your sprites for the first time, and what you're going to do is you're going to actually attach each of your sprites to the correct bone, and you can completely customize. Oh, you found out about, oh my gosh, you found out about multiple. I forgot that you found out about this. Cool. Oh my gosh, you actually have like damage and mouth open sprites for the head. That's so sick. Oh my gosh, so cool. So what it'll do is it'll highlight this sprite that you're binding, and then it will show the skeleton and prompt you to bind it. Yeah, right? He really is like a new character. So it's very easy to like know what goes where, because they make it pretty dummy proof. And when I say they, I mean Alec made it pretty dummy proof. Interesting. Oh, there's another view. It's a glitchy view. Okay. My guess is there's nothing to load, so it just loads in that default texture. This right? Yeah. Left hand, left arm. Okay, so what's interesting, right, is I rebound him, and that, I think, broke his animations a little bit, yeah. But it got rid of that pixel issue. So good thing to know. Right now, the only thing I can think of is that to get rid of that pixel is by rebinding the bones. So it's not ideal, but I don't remember putting the extra view in there. Yeah, it could be a leftover from Cayenne. It could be you adding it and you didn't know. Hard to say. But anyway, I wanted to reset that so we can see your side B. Yeah, Poggy, this is like the crap. This is really cool. So side B is this. Look at that. It's just beautiful. Look at that sick blur. He goes, yeah, I'm just going to throw out my dagger like a Chad and have a really sick swoosh when I threw it. Wait for it to come down. Give it the old catch and whoosh! Look at those blur lines. So, if I make the animation rig invisible, these are all sprites. And what presumably Lunch did was, here's the actual animation. Here's the original one, right? This is just the movement with no blur at all. And it works. Like, this works perfectly fine in game if I were to show you. But I want to show you the differences if the game behaves itself. It's that some blur, isn't it? So here it is. Here it is with no blur. Okay. Ignore the pixel up here. That's there. It actually still looks good because it's just well animated, right? But if you want to give it that extra little bit of polish, you can turn on the sprite layer, actually completely hide the animation rig. And the side B is now 100% sprites right now. None of this is the rig. It is all sprite work. And look how great that looks. The smeary, blurry effect just, it's beautiful. Right, Bear? I agree. So cool. I don't know. Super talented. The last song I'm putting in. All right. Looking forward to it. Dagon is currently the character to beat. I know. Dagon's like the gold standard right now for custom characters, like by far. Dagon Fair is like one of my favorite moves he has. Oh yeah, it's so satisfying to land. One tip for you, by the way, Lunch. I noticed when I opened the file, this was still on. So what you actually have to do is you actually have to make sure that both of these are invisible, or else it'll appear in game. So right now the side B is actually displaying both the rig and the sprites. So what you'll want to do is uncheck the eye to get rid of the check and the eye, and that way it won't get rendered in game. Tomorrow I finally return to society after my quarantine. Very nice, Potato. I'm glad you can do that. It's all about getting back to how things were. Yeah, so there you go. There's a very, very surface level overview of the editor. More stuff to come. I mean, Alex not here, so I can be completely honest. Because before I was completely lying. No, but seriously, like, Alex is working so hard on this game. He's working all the time. He's always trying to improve it. And what I really appreciate is he asks me, like, hey, you know, he asks for my input and stuff, which is crazy, right? Like, he made this game by himself, mostly by himself. So it's like, it's pretty humbling to have him ask me so much stuff about the game, and it feels really good to have some creative input on it. So, if you guys are interested in the game and you haven't downloaded it yet, please download it. Please try it out and give us your feedback. And we'd love to hear if you manage to make any creations. We'd love to see them. Oh, debated in chat. We got a fatal error. Seriously, like I'm so passionate about this game, and I hope it does well. So I think when people realize what it's capable of and like what this game really is, I don't understand how it can't be like huge. But thanks for the debated gamers. Alec is never stopping on stuff. It's crazy. Yeah, I know. He really does too. You can tell he really wants input. If you want to use Dagon properly, you'll have to use his multi-hit property, which means waiting for stuff canceling properly, timing hits, and so much more. Yeah. Oh man, the potential there. Thanks for the tip. I'll hide the break next time. Okay, no problem. No problem. Thanks for the debateds on the fatal error. Oh, you know what? I didn't. Oh, here's our edited version of Spry that has the new laser sound. I guess one thing I'll try, and hopefully it'll work, is I'm gonna go to Spry Next, which is the version that we edited that she has the new laser sound now. I'm gonna try to finalize her, and what finalizing does is it basically makes them playable for the main game, because otherwise it's actually like in the test play it's loading the sprites on the fly in a way that's not like workable with 4 players or 8 players or in multiplayer. So yeah, I'm so ready for Spry to be my I want to break my hands and feel all powerful while I do it character. That is exactly what she is. I assume only devs can finalize characters. No, anyone can, Potato. So if you've worked on your own character and you click finalize, it gets added to your character selection screen in the custom section. And you can share that character with anybody. Like Dagon's a great example of a character that I didn't make, Alec didn't make, none of us made. Lunch in chat made Dagon, and he finalized him and he shared him with us. So okay, let's see if we got our new laser sound in the game. Like literally everyone in the Discord downloaded him too. Yeah, pretty much. That's what it seemed like. Yeah, no problem, Potato. Let's see if this works. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. There's no sound effect yet, but it has one planned, so maybe I'll try to add it. I love how quickly this shine can be canceled by landing. It's so satisfying. You can like stall and you can like get stuck. That's my favorite trick to do right now, is to get stuck on the side platform with the up B. I'm really excited for when online multiplayer is working. Yeah, I know. It's gonna be awesome. I've had so many ideas for a platform fighter, a bunch of characters, but I'm super bad at programming. Dude, Poggy, please just like dig into this game. And if you have questions, first watch the tutorial that I made, and then if you have like more questions and stuff, please go in the Discord and ask, because Alec and I will be around to help you out, because we want to see what people make too. And like, I know you love Melee, so I mean, you're gonna have a good frame of reference for like how characters should play and how they should feel and stuff. So the aerial charges, oh, so satisfying. I had plans this weekend and now you've stolen all of them. Look at that stall, and look at the momentum on that movement. So cool. And I'll be breaking every single one of them for you, Lunch. Let's go. I feel like Lunch Billion and Just Bear are like the dream team of like creator and player. Like you guys are like our dream team right now. You know, Lunch creates the characters and Bear breaks them. There's upbeats, all kinds of stuff going on. So cool. gonna try to shine him off stage. I'm nowhere near the top melee player, not even known, but gosh heck, if I won't be number 1 on this. Love that. Love that. So much. We also try to keep it family friendly here, Bear, so just heads up there. No problem though. But yeah, I just I can't wait for this game to get more users. I can't wait for it to grow, be further along. But even right now, like what's been made, how you guys have already been so enthusiastic about it, is so encouraging, because it's like, yeah, you guys get it. This game's gonna be a big deal. So yeah, I think we'll call it a stream, guys. I want to thank everyone that came from Samox's stream that still stuck around. I mean, it's incredibly late, so thanks for watching the Elevated documentary that I made, and thank you for being in this stream, and the follows, and you guys have been so generous with the subscriptions. A lot of first-time subs tonight, and a lot of resubs and follows. So to everyone in the Smack Studio community, thank you so much. Expect a lot more stuff to come, and yeah, I guess with that we'll call it a stream. And for the mods, thank you so much for helping. I know you guys have had a break for a while, and maybe trying to get your bearings again, but I'm so happy for you to be streaming. Thank you so much, Toady. I'm so glad too, and thank you so much for being so supportive and excited about this too. I've seen your tweets. I've seen you joined the voice chat, and also you've been so active in the Discord, and you've been leaving reviews for Steam, which helps us so much when you leave reviews. When you leave like positive reviews and like you give your honest assessment too, even if it's not positive, it's really helpful. Yeah, Lunch, this was so much fun. I'm so glad you're able to be part of it. Do we get to redeem the dirt coins? No, the coins are just for show. They're just for fun now. So there's no more redeeming coins. That was something you enjoyed in the past. See some of you guys on the Smack Studio Discord. Heck yeah. Lunch and I will be there. Can we get a DK for old time's sake? You know what, Toady? I mean, because that's my soft spot. Because you're you. I mean, I guess not. I think I turned off DK. Sorry about that. I was gonna do one last one, but I think I've turned off DK in my new setup. So, yeah. So there's two Discord links. There's my Discord, and Josh has got both links. So there's my Discord, and there's also the Smack Studio Discord. Yeah. Discord is Donkey Kong is dead for now. So this game's winner is Donkey Kong. There you go. There's the little improv version. All right, you guys have an amazing night. Expect more streams. I don't know quite what my schedule will be, but I'm definitely going to be doing some more streams. So, and hopefully, if Alec lets me, I can do straight up dev streams where I like work on the game and get your feedback in real time. So we'll see how that goes. I think the stream went pretty well, so I think there'll be more of these in the future. And for everyone that's been a long time just community member, thanks for coming back and saying hi after 4 months. This has been an awesome stream. So, I will catch you guys later. Have a phenomenal night. And with that, we'll do the full-on raid experience. If you haven't seen a raid yet, it'll be fun for you guys to enjoy it. Let's make sure we find somebody to raid. Because, it'd be good to see who's live right now. Raid Shadow Legends. That is an awesome idea. We should totally do that. Just kidding. Let's see. Chillin's playing Mario 64 speedruns. We could raid Chillin. We could raid Mango. Who should we raid, guys? Chillin or Mango? Chillin has a hype train right now. Maybe we should... Oh, he's AFK right now. What the heck? raid Chillin. Okay, I might wait until Chillin comes back. Oh, there's a countdown. It says 4 minutes. Oh wait, no, he's coming back now. Okay, maybe I can raid him. All right. Raid the AFK guy. Okay, you're right. Let's do it. Let's raid Chillin. All right, we're gonna raid Chillin. You guys are freaking awesome. I will catch you guys later. Esther posted the Smack Studio Discord link. I hope to see you guys there. Also mention Elevated if Chillin doesn't remember who I am, so then that way I'm not a nobody to him, if you guys don't mind. But also copy more importantly, copy the raid command there, and just like Esther did. All right. All that being said, I will see you guys soon. This has been awesome. I'll catch you guys later. Bye-bye.